I got a huge deck. How big is your deck?
We hope you prepared for more fight nights.
Crip, do you think that's going to be the end of the pre-decks for the weekend?
Well, I believe the decks are locked in, so no. If their team captain is praised by his other teammates, they probably respect his deck building skills. And I believe he was quite fond of the priest deck we've seen twice now.
Well, it certainly seems that way. Here we go, though. We're going into this. This is match point. Nyhx is up 2-0 over Realz, and Realz is playing Rogue. But Nyhx and the rest of DogeHouse really think it's Miracle Rogue, which it's not.
Well, it's going to appear that way at the beginning because the cards are the same. Mm-hmm. Maybe even the Loot Hoarder. What do you think about that?
I mean, that could trick you. There could be a Loot Hoarder Miracle, I guess. I don't think most of the really good versions have it, but yeah, he's going to probably play this as if it's Miracle Rogue for now, at least.
Loot Hoarder is not a bad card against Shaman in any case.
No, it's totally fine. Like, sure, you can use one of your Earth Shocks on it.
Oh, there's one.
Hey! There you go. Okay. And I think he's just going to pass from there.
Yep.
If he coins into Totem, I'm going to be rather shocked. Earth shocked, even.
Okay.
Alright, so just going to drop that SI7 agent. And this might actually start to give something away, maybe. Maybe he's thinking, oh, why are you dropping that? And this is actually the greatest play in the whole world. Turn 3, the Unbound Elemental into Coin Lightning Bolt. And now he's got a 3-5 out there. Realz already in a lot of trouble this game, Crip.
Yeah, I mean, you can't kill it with the backstab SI agent play. So what do? I guess you Loot Hoarder and Hero Power. And in doing so, maybe you draw something 2 or less that you can play with the SI to finish it off next turn.
You know, in fact, if the Loot Hoarder somehow lives through this next turn, you could always do something like a Cold Blood on it, I guess. Not necessarily my favorite play, but...
I don't...
No, what would he backstab?
Well, there's only one thing to backstab.
Yeah, but...
And that's the thing.
I'm actually kind of surprised he did that.
I am too. And it's going to be pretty interesting now that he's going to have Feral Spirits in front of it.
Yeah, I feel like that was maybe not, you know, maybe a little bit of a wasted play there. Because the backstab is free, so you can play it on the next turn as well.
Well, not if he attacks Loot Hoarder, because the minion will be injured.
Yeah, that's true, but...
I don't think it's terrible, but...
Well, in this case, it's not going to work out for him, because now that's going to be a 4-4. He's going to have a couple taunts out, and the beatdown does begin.
As you mentioned, this isn't a Miracle Rogue, it's more of like a control-y rogue. So he has cards that are capable of bringing back in the game.
Yeah, he's got a couple Argents in hand, so...
Yeah, those are not very good for that, though.
Next turn, it's going to be alright, I guess.
Here we go.
You know, unfortunately,
but this turn, I believe you're doing a priest-like play here.
Like weapon pass?
Yeah.
It looks like it right now. Like, he could play the SI7 agent and then go weapon pass,
He doesn't like this
no,
move.
he doesn't. Why would you? I mean, this is 2 SI7 agents played without their combo.
Yep.
That's just a 3-3 for 3.
That's going to die for free.
Yeah, it's not really going to do anything here. So that's kind of rough. Right now, Nyhx definitely in a pretty big lead. Probably going to see Totem plus Rockbiter. I don't see any reason not to Rockbiter here.
I don't see any reason to Rockbiter anymore, now that you got the heal totem.
Oh, you think he should have just attacked it with the 4-4?
Yep.
Well, he disagrees, I guess. Gonna keep that at some pretty high health, and that actually brings it out of Eviscerate range, which I think is pretty cool.
I mean, he just SI and weaponed up. There's no chance he has Eviscerate.
Yeah, that is true. Well, unless he top decks it, I guess.
Yeah.
Top decking and wrecking. You know all about that, Crip.
I know something, yeah.
Alright, so we have this 4-5 out. Plenty of different cards for Nyhx to choose from at the moment.
I think here you just trade Azure Drake. He likes the Mana Tide more.
Maybe Mana Tide plus Totem plus attack? Because that will live through and heal up to 2 health, so you can't even weapon it out. I think as long as he keeps acting like this, he's just going to gain such an advantage on the rogue.
You really need the creatures though, like the totem is just the 0/3, it doesn't affect the board enough.
Yeah.
So I do agree with the Drake play.
Well, now he's got a couple 4-attack minions out here. I think for sure you have to see the Argent and the Argent. Well, you know, it's still, Realz is still in this. We'll have to, I mean, with double gadgets on though, I'm getting a little bit nervous.
That's a good draw. That now kills the Squire. He clears the board.
And still has 2 of 4-attack minions out.
Yep.
Yippee. Well, Realz has got to be feeling real sad right now.
Yeah. There's not much you can do as a rogue if you're this behind.
No. I mean, do you Leroy here or something? I don't even...
Leroy into a totem. Stop the healing.
Well, this is still 8 damage on board. There's a lot of cards you can draw to actually possibly win this. No, that's not quite enough.
It's pretty good, but... I'm gonna go for a Hex, I guess.
Well, he could go for the Hex, or he could go for the Fire Elemental. Like, either one of these plays I think is completely fine. If he just keeps playing his hand, like, it's actually really hard to make a misplay at this point, I think, for the Shaman.
Well, let's see if he tries.
He may. He may. We've seen a few misplays in this series of Fight Night.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, so here we go. He's going to go ahead and Hex this 4/4, making Realz feel even sadder.
It's a really good draw because now you can kill the Hex Frog with the Lightning Storm and increase his damage output for the next turn.
Well, with his opponent at 6, I don't think that was going to be too much of an issue anyways, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think Leroy going to have to come down this turn and kill something off.
Well, you can Leroy and then Cold Blood the Frog to kill another thing.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty nice. And then he can always maybe attack one of the 1/1s, and he can take out another 4/4 there.
He can actually survive the turn.
Yeah, he can actually kill basically the whole board except for one little totem and one little Drake token or whatever those are.
Yeah.
The little dragon whelps.
Well played. Mistakes were made.
And
I will be your pleasure is well played.
okay, so Realz right now just kind of spamming emotes.
I think he's run all the possibilities with 3 cards in his hand and realized he's not too happy with them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all pretty bad, right? Like, he's gonna have a pretty much empty hand.
That was actually not the best
Yeah,
play.
no, that was definitely not the best play.
Here we go.
Well, I mean, that's game then.
Yep.
He's not gonna clear the board.
Nope.
Assuming that the Shaman has 0 damage.
Assuming that the Shaman has 0 damage and can't kill the 0/1.
Yeah, which is pretty hard to imagine, right?
Yeah.
And a little bit of the embarrassment factor coming out here. And it looks like Nyhx is going to get his first win at Fight Night. And it's going to be 3-0 against Realz, one of the very best players from Managrind.
Yeah, well, this Shaman deck is 6-0 in the tournament, if you're aware.
Oh, I guess it is. This is kind of like in the last Fight Night, the Shaman deck from DogeHouse was doing very well as well. So
couldn't have been doing this well. I think I would have remembered that.
Yeah, not this well, but it was definitely one of the better decks.
Yeah,
in the
what's
tournament.
interesting to know is we actually locked in the decks of all the players. So I don't think we'll be seeing this exact Shaman deck played tomorrow by the other team this time around.
Yeah,
as we may have seen such
true.
activities in the prior season.
There's no deck copying this time, and there's no backing out. If you put your priest for the next day, you are still playing that priest deck.
Yep.
Sorry, unless you can somehow all kill with your other decks.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and jump to a quick commercial break and then have some interviews with these players.
Stay tuned for more Fight Night.
People say I'm lucky. I don't know why.
This just in. Nyhx makes leprechauns cry.
ESGN TV's daily news. Just watch.
Wow, such fight night. Much players, many production value, very professional.
So this soup's pretty good though, man.
We hope you prepared for more Fight Night.
Thanks, Grip and Artosis. I'm joined at the couches of DogeHouse with Savige and Nekop. You guys are really smiley after that series, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's easy to smile after a 3-0 win.
Is the way that Nyhx was doing really well with the Shaman deck, and I mean, Nekop, you were also performing very well with your Shaman. It seems like DogeHouse has a really good understanding of this class, right?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, Shaman is, in my opinion, the best class right now. It has no bad matchups. It's very consistent at what it does. Every card fulfills its purpose to its fullest, and the potential value you can get out of the card draw, and yeah, the gadgets in the Azadrek, the Pagel, the Blood Mage, the Mana Titanium. You just draw so many cards, you always get the kill, and with the Flame Tongues along Wind Fury or Alakir, it's just so much burst even, so probably the strongest class right now.
You guys were joking that you think Managrind might actually ban Shaman for the last final match because it seems to be really strong, and that definitely seems to be something that you're considering, right? If, for example, it wasn't banned?
Yeah, well, Jan went 3-0 with Shaman, and now Max went 3-0 with that, so it's definitely doing well. And like from all of these 3 games, we felt like the Shaman had the upper hand just already in the champion select and stuff like that. So
thank you so much, Savige and Nekop, for your words. Let's give it to Crip at the desk, who has Nyhx for an interview.
How's it going, Nyhx? Finally won.
Finally.
I can see you're very happy.
Yeah, 3-0 is the dream.
How was it to destroy the Priest deck? Because I'm sure the people watching really enjoyed the fact that you managed to turn a 1-hour game into, you know, a 10-minute game.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm feeling pretty good about it because I think their Priest build is pretty weak against almost every class except maybe for Warrior, as we've seen in the series before. So I just had to prove it that it's pretty bad, and even though I missed lethal, I still managed to win.
Yeah, about that, I'm sure you've had some time to come up with some creative excuses by now, but generally it was pretty amazing that you missed lethal and then killed him in the next turn with pretty much the exact same thing. What was going through your mind?
So I think the best excuse is he played my cards. He played an Unbound Elemental and the Feral Spirits. I'm like, wait, is this a mirror match? And it got stuck in my head, so I f***ed it up. But who cares? I still won.
I've had a few moments like that in arena sometimes, but you know, in tournaments you gotta watch it a little bit, and hopefully you can prove yourself again the next time you're up for a match.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see then. For now, go back to Dan.
Thank you, Crip. I'm joined by Realz, who just had a pretty tough loss against Nyhx. Realz, walk me through the series. It seems like things weren't going your way.
Yeah, pretty much, you know, every draw that I had seemed to be directly countered by what he had. Perhaps I wasn't as prepared for that matchup as I thought I was. 2 of the decks, at least, for that series, I felt like had a good chance against Shaman, but that wasn't the way it played out.
And it seemed like overall the game plan was able to unfold. What was kind of the strategy behind even starting from the very first class you picked and all the way to the Rogue at the end?
So the Warlock deck is a good all-around. It's really punishing against any of the greedier decks. And as it turns out, you know, his Shaman deck only had 1 Lightning Storm, and you know, it was pretty greedy in that sense, and he just always had it.
Well, I mean, pretty much you didn't get to punish anything, but in the end, it's still anyone's game. Managrind is still down 1-2, but tomorrow, Chalky will be playing against Artosis, and you were telling me, even before the event started, that you think Chalky is an extremely talented player.
I think he's really good. I'm really glad he's on our team. I'm really glad he's here, and it should be a really good match.
Yeah, in fact, since Artosis will be playing, why don't you come cast with me then?
That sounds awesome.
All right, cool. Well, better luck next time, but we'll see you in the casting test tomorrow night.
Yep.